Hello and welcome back. Today we have a nice little integral snack. Nothing too crazy, but a cool looking integral with a very nice result that I'm going to go over very quickly. So we have the integral from 0 to infinity of dx over x to the 4 plus 2x squared times cosine 2 pi over 5 plus 1. And I'm just going to replace this 2 pi over 5 with t. So we're trying to generalize this integral result as I of t equal to integral 0 to infinity of dx over x to the 4 plus 2x squared t plus 1. And this may remind you of an old flammable maths video that was, I think, about solving the integral from 0 to infinity of dx over 1 plus x to the 4, which was pretty cool. Anyway, so there's a nice symmetry that we can discover if we transform x to 1 over x, which transforms dx to negative 1 over x squared dx. And that, of course, flips the limits of integration as well. So we have I of t equal to integral infinity to 0 of negative 1 over x squared dx over 1 over 1 plus x to the 4 plus, terribly sorry about that, plus 2t over x squared plus 1. And now for some simplification, we have integral 0 to infinity now, which introduces an extra negative sign that cancels the 1 upstairs. And we have 1 over x squared over 1 plus 2x squared t plus x to the 4 over x to the 4 dx. And of course, we can expand using x to the 4th power upstairs and downstairs. That should do the trick, because now we have a nice looking integral that is pretty similar to our target integral. Well, this is the target integral, but this is another form of it anyway. So we have x squared over x to the, terribly sorry about that, x to the 4 plus 2x squared t plus 1 dx, which looks exactly like the integral we started with, but with a 1 upstairs instead of x squared. So adding them up gives us 2I of t equal to integral 0 to infinity 1 plus x squared over x to the 4 plus 2x squared t plus 1 dx. And now we can expand by, what is happening? Okay, cool. 1 over x squared. That should do the trick as well. So that yields, terribly sorry about that, slightly better. That yields the integral from 0 to infinity of 1 plus 1 over x squared up top, and downstairs we have x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 2 times t dx. And now for a nice substitution, for which I do need the 1 plus 1 over x squared dx term to turn into du or something. So I'm going to let u here equal to x minus 1 over x, which implies that du equals 1 plus 1 over x squared dx. And that should take care of things. But of course, I do need an x minus 1 over x term somewhere. And that somewhere would be the denominator, because we can expand this as the integral from 0 to infinity 1 plus 1 over x squared over x squared plus 1 over x squared plus 2, no wait, we need a minus 2 here, a plus 2 there, plus 2 times t dx. And by our substitution, we have I of t now equal to, no wait, that was 2 times I of t if I remember correctly. So that would be 1/2 the integral from 0 to infinity. No wait, not 0 to infinity. As x approaches 0, we have u approaching negative infinity. And as x approaches infinity, we have u approaching infinity. So the integral is from negative to positive infinity. Terribly sorry about that. And I might as well just introduce a little bit of spacing there. Much better. And we have du up top, downstairs. We have this thing turning into x minus 1 over x whole thing squared. So that would be our u squared plus 2 times 1 plus t. And now we have the familiar arctangent integral, which sorts out to 1/2 times 1 over root, terribly sorry about that, root 2 times 1 plus t times arctangent u over root 2 1 plus t. with the limits being negative and positive infinity. So this gives us 1 over 2 root 2 times 1 plus t. And as u approaches infinity, the arctangent approaches pi over 2. And as u approaches negative infinity, we have negative pi over 2. Okay, cool. So I of t here is just pi over 2 times root 2 times 1 plus t. But now recall that I had t, initially I had the parameter set equal to 2 times cosine. No, it was just cosine 2 pi over 5. Yes, it was cosine 2 pi over 5. And there's a nice reason for that, because for the case of t equal to cosine 2 pi over 5, we have 1 plus t equal to 1 plus cosine 2 pi over 5. And from the double angle formula, we know that this would be 2 times cosine square pi over 5. So that's 1 plus t. But that means that root 2 times 1 plus t, for this case, is going to be root 4 cosine squared, terribly sorry about that, pi over 5, which of course is just 2 times cosine pi over 5. Now, what exactly is cosine pi over 5? Well, this thing is actually 1/2 of the golden ratio. So that means, in our case, the square root term just sorts out to, well, the golden ratio. So we have 1 plus cosine 2 pi over 5 equal to the golden ratio. And we have to just sub this back into our result. So the target case turns into I equal to pi over 2 times the golden ratio, which is a pretty gorgeous looking result. So we started off with the integral of a rational function that had a trigonometric, that had a trig ratio in it, and we somehow arrived at pi and the golden ratio, which is pretty dope. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. See you next time.